Tuesday, everyone. Hope you all had a wonderful Monday, a scorcher of a Monday. I hope you all stayed cool. It was pretty hot out there, especially given the fact that just 2 days ago, Commish was wearing a hoodie. Now all of a sudden we're back to beach weather. Hoodie season, beach weather. Hoodie season, beach weather. And that's why my sinuses sound like, sound like I spent the night with Scarface. Something I realized yesterday on the way home. So after I had a full day of sessions, I'm cramming a ton of sessions into a couple days because my parents are coming up Wednesday. But luckily, after my last session, I was right in Parsippany and able to go meet Kyle and his dad and a couple other of the Motown Gooners at Grasshopper, which if you're a soccer fan and you're an Arsenal fan, you need to be there, okay? Like, there's no other bar you want to go to. I know there's the Hoboken Gooners and a few other Jersey clubs, but none of them have me, all right? None of them have me screaming at the ref that he ruined my life. These are things these are experiences you can't get other places, okay? Kyle and his proper English accent trying to calm me down while it sounds like a ballistic bricklayer from Piscataway is on mescaline. That's the kind of experience you get watching soccer with Commish. Anyway, got to watch Arsenal win 3-0 yesterday. It was a 3 o'clock game, so by the time the game ended, it was like 4:30, almost 5 o'clock. And then, of course, people are buying us drinks because we are the celebrities we think we are. Hey, Commish, yeah, I know. No autographs, please, but yes, you can buy me a drink. So by the time I left, it was like 6 o'clock, which, is prime rush hour time, right? It was before COVID. As someone who owns an in-home training company, I could tell you down to the minute rush hour times in New Jersey, and then COVID happened, and for a while I was doing all virtual. Now I'm back to doing in person, but I've blocked out certain times of me driving westbound or places I know are heavy traffic because of rush hour. But I think I might be wrong. I think post-COVID rush hour is like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, because I hit more traffic coming home from Essex County or Eastern Morriscounty, Bergen County, wherever, at 2 or 3 than I did at 6 o'clock yesterday from Morristown. I mean, that used to be the death mark. You would rather be one of the first guys out of out of the boats on D-Day than to try and drive home via 287 and 80 at 6 o'clock on a Monday. There was no one on the road. No one. It looked apocalyptic. I was one of like 4 cars heading westbound on 80. So maybe I screwed it up. Maybe post-COVID, everyone, I think a lot of people decided 9 to 5 is not the way to go. Businesses, people who work for businesses, I think there's a lot of people working 7 to 3s or 6 to 2s or 8, whatever it is. I think just random people are working random hours. A lot of people, I guess, are still working remotely. But I think the rush hour times maybe have changed. I think what we've known our whole lives is the hours that you shouldn't be on 80 roadways or Jersey roadways. I think that's maybe flipped on its head. It's crazy. It's as someone who's lived here my whole life, it's crazy to think, but I have to take the evidence for what it is. And you know what? I don't want to be like Colin Cowherd or like Adidas and just ignore facts. Let facts get in the way of a good story. I don't like to talk sports anymore on the morning wrap-ups because I know not all of you are into sports, but sometimes it's a good insight into what's going on in America or the world. I don't know if you guys have heard what happened with sportscaster Colin Cowherd or radio personality, but he listed his top 20 quarterbacks that he didn't think, or top 15, 10 quarterbacks he didn't think could win a Super Bowl this year. And on that list was Dwayne Haskins. He said Dwayne Haskins does not have what it takes to win a Super Bowl, and he's right about that. Do you know why? Because Dwayne Haskins is fucking dead. He's been dead for 6 months. He got hit by a goddamn dump truck. How does that slip through? Oh, that's a good point, Monica. She said give it another week or two. Vacations, people, I was just talking about basically being on vacation last week because all my clients were away. That's a great point. There's a lot of people away right now. A lot of people getting in those last minute vacations. So maybe rush hour in New Jersey isn't dead like Dwayne Haskins. Maybe, talks of its demise are greatly exaggerated. By sincerely yours, Commish. But this brings me to my point where you need fact checkers. You need people who work. And how does, Fox Sports, how does a guy get on air with a storyline like that without anyone being like, Colin, the kid died tragically 6 months ago. You can't get on air and tell people he can't win a Super Bowl this year. His family knows he can't win a Super Bowl this year. Everyone knows unless you're big into the afterlife, unless you're a religious person, you think he's up there playing the Super Bowl in heaven. It's pretty impossible to win, when you're not here on Earth. So, I just wonder how things like that get past what I would think for a big time sports show. You would think you'd have an army of people looking at things and saying, fact checking them and being like, don't say this on air. Don't talk about this. That's not true. But I don't think that's the case. And my point with Adidas was they put out an Arsenal jersey this year that showed the record from when they went undefeated, except they forgot to add in the draws, so the record was wrong. How does that happen? They lost hundreds of millions of dollars because no one checked, no one even Googled to see, oh, wait a minute, we got the record wrong. It went to print. They printed millions of jerseys that they sell for $200 and up with the wrong record on it. I think all my life I've thought that, before decisions like that are made about jerseys, about stories that go on the air for news, things like that you've got a team of people fact-checking it, and a team of production, making sure before something goes out to print that there's no errors on it or nothing. I think it's total BS. I think I'm wrong. I'm living in fantasy land. I think even in these major corporations, these billion-dollar corporations, there's one guy who goes, this is it, print it, and people, and then just 100 heads go, yep, okay. It doesn't seem like there's any real fact-checking or, legwork being done to make sure that everything's on the up and up. And it really speaks to society, how we, people just share stories they see on social media, right? Without taking the time to make sure that they're true. You see Tyrannosaurus Rex found on the moon. You'd have like 500 people. I could name you at least 50 people on my timeline right now, on my friends list, that would repost that story. Have you guys heard? Have you heard? They found dinosaurs on the moon. No fact checking done. It's scary what people share without even thinking like, maybe I should make sure this is true. But I expect that with social media. I don't expect that in other realms, in realms that I assumed were more professional and more regarded. But it seems like no one fact checks, period, anymore. So we're on our own. It's idiocracy. And I guess as long as you say it confidently, and as long as you don't spill your coffee like I just did while saying it, people will believe it. And now I gotta go because I've got a boiling hot Crotcho Folgers here. Awesome. That's what you guys needed this Tuesday. That's what I really needed. This is SDS.